Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Weather stick is blue, which means good weather today and a little bit of a warm up, too. But as predicted, no clouds last night, so the sky is clear as we start out this morning, and high pressure sitting right on top of us. All of that means a very cold start. As you'll soon see, temperatures are starting out in some cases the teens this morning. It's been a while because we all thought spring had already sprung, but it certainly hasn't. And you'll see that on the Kentucky Mesonet temperatures in a moment. But I mean, the skies are clear. There's high pressure sitting about Paducah, the center of it this morning, but it's a big, sprawling high pressure that is keeping our skies clear. And we're looking at a sunny day ahead. And eventually, as that high slides east, we'll get more of a warmer southerly flow over the next couple of days. And that's going to help us warm up from these frigid temperatures. Here's a look at the model blender over the next 10 days. We see mid 50s today. Yesterday's high was 46 at the Bowling Green, Warren County Regional Airport. That was 13 degrees cooler than the average of 59. So 46, the high. It felt like it was trying to get a little bit warmer in the afternoon, but that's as high as we could go yesterday. So 59, the average, 13-degree difference there. Today we'll go more closer to the mid 50s. And with all that sunshine, it's going to feel nice. Not as much of a breeze today, so it's not going to make it feel colder than the actual high in the mid 50s. Then we go mid 60s tomorrow. Then as we get a little rain in here, we drop some for the weekend. We go 58 on Friday. Then another chilly weekend ahead, just like we had this past weekend, with high temperatures in the low to mid 40s. And you see those lows again dipping into the 20s, just like this morning. And frost and hard freeze situation setting up for looks like Saturday night and Sunday night both. After that, nice recovery and maybe a long-term recovery, 60s, close to 70. Yeah, it's looking a little bit better as we get toward the end of March. In the next 10 days, it'll be close to the end of March, and then we move on into April. It's happening so quickly. I feel like March is just flying by, even more so than previous months. Okay, here's a look at those Kentucky Mesonet numbers this morning. Ouch. Ouch. Yes, look at that. 19. Taylor County, Campbellsville. You've got 19 in Pulaski County. That's Somerset. 19 up in Grayson County, Litchfield. You've got 21 there in looks like Butler County. Sorry. Yeah. So 20s. Everybody is below freezing, with a few teens showing up this morning on the Kentucky Mesonet network as of about 10 after 5 as I record this podcast. Now, again, a lot of this has to do with the stable air mass, high pressure overhead, and, the very clear sky. That's allowing each of these individual mesonet sites to bottom out this morning. But once the sun comes up and we get a little bit more of a southerly flow of wind, which there won't be a lot of wind today, thankfully, but whatever fetch we get will be from the south, and that's naturally going to help things warm up today into the mid 50s. All right, let's take a look at the pattern here and the model flow and the jet stream and all of that to see how things are going to progress. You can see that we see a retreat of this the colder dive here, or the trough over the east, which has been bringing in that very cold air, that's going to move away. And then we start to see the big warming up here in the plains and the Rockies, even seeing some of that. California, I tell you, they just continue to be one of those big anomalies this time with all the rain and all the snow that they're getting there. I mean, it's serious. It's bad. But they're just right there on that part of the pattern that continues to get hit. They do see some relief coming in the next day or two. We see a low pressure system here, 995 millibar in the center part of the country. But look at this ridge building here. Yes, the warmer air and the Pacific air is going to come back, and even some Gulf of Mexico air. Now, eventually, this is going to help bring in some Gulf moisture. High pressure hangs on for a while, but then you've got this system out in the plains and the next one to follow it. As we get on into Thursday into Friday, here it comes. Cold front will be coming out of that low. It's not a very strong low, 995 millibars. Eh, it's got a little punch to it, but the biggest thing for us is the Gulf moisture that's going to just be inflowing here. And then you see another big dive in the jet stream in the place that just had today the warm air. Now it's going to get some very strong Arctic air. So we see a clash of systems here as we get into Friday. This is going to be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday afternoon. We'll start to see some shower activity moving in across the area. So that flies on by with that secondary low you see there. And then here we start to see more of that colder air just coming down from Canada. This is going to be our chilly air for the weekend. So we get the low wrapping around like this, counterclockwise, high pressure coming in clockwise, and you see the forcing that's going to happen with the colder air and that dive in the jet stream one more time, maybe. Now, April, we can still have these little dives, little kinks, little troughs in the jet stream to allow some colder air moving in. It's not a guarantee, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened even after all this. Now, here we go into Saturday night. There's the low pressure system, which is deepening a bit over the Great Lakes, 984 millibars. It's fairly strong, and it's going to bring some gusty winds. You see the tight lines there. That's pressure. You see 1,004, 1,008. Further you get away from it, it gets weaker, but closer you get into it, it's like a spinning top or even a ballerina going around in circles. It's going to get more momentum, and it just forces those chilly winds down south. And then you've got high pressure, which is helping it out to the north over the Dakotas. So once we get into Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be another chilly weekend with those cold nights that I showed you in the 20s. This wants to paint in the possibility of a little bit of light snow as we get into um, Saturday morning, even maybe Sunday morning, but not too confident about that. Let's see. Yeah, that would be Saturday night into Sunday morning. Not very confident that will materialize. So, if you're looking for snow, I don't think this is going to be anything like that. Now, once we get into, whoops, let me go back to that final. This would be on Monday. You see, we get this, the jet stream is still going down south, but becoming more west to east. That's because the Pacific flow, here we go again, starting to build, and we get the flow that's going to come in more zonal. And then look at California. Going to get hit again with more bad weather as we get into the beginning of next week. But the good news is the 540 line, the colder side of the jet stream, will start to retreat north as we get more warmer air coming in. And that's when our warm up will begin into next week. So just hang on. If you can hang on through the weekend, we'll get past a lot of this very chilly weather, and then we can start to enjoy some spring like weather as spring officially begins in just a few days. Here's a look at the surface map. We go from today's high pressure sitting over the area into this evening, and then late tonight, early tomorrow morning. You can see the systems approaching with the showers moving in. Pretty good rainfall. I think we get maybe a half inch out of this Thursday night into Friday morning. Thunderstorms will be more confined south and west of here near the low pressure system, the second low. There's a low to the north, and then there's one to the south. We get into Friday night. This thing moves out pretty quickly. There's that little small chance we could see some snow showers Saturday morning, flurries, we'll just say. Most of us will not see that. Then a big, cold, sprawling high pressure takes over for the weekend, Saturday into Sunday. And here we go into Monday. The next system, you can see it there. Let me back it up. Well, it backed up on me already. It did a reset. Let me show you this. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. So high pressure takes over. This is for Monday. You can see all the mess out west. That'll be the next system that comes in on Tuesday. Right now, it doesn't appear that it's going to be a lot, but you can see that straw that's sitting right over us, a little disturbance, which could bring us some showers. Some of the models really going all different directions with this system coming in next Tuesday, but that's a long way off. So not going to worry too much about that one right now. Okay, that'll do it for this edition of Sam Channel Weather on this Wednesday morning, getting ready to head to Sam 100.7, 6 to 10 this morning for the morning show. Some great music and good times with you guys on the radio. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.